I was washing this old truck down with a bucket and a rag, when my finger caught a jagged piece of metal, a rusty twisted snag. And just like that, the years fell back. The memory came in clear of a hot and foolish summer in my 19th angry year. And I realized this whole damn truck, this thing of steel and bone, is the only real and honest history that I've ever known. 'Cause there's a road map on the fender, there's a story in the rust, a testament to every lie and every broken trust. Yeah, there's a road map on the fender, and it tells you where I've been, through every single victory and every foolish sin. It's a diary of damage, it's a testament of speed, and the only damn good book that a man like me will ever need to read. This den right here is from a night I took a curve too fast, trying to outrun a future and to bury my own past. And there's long and wicked scratches from a low and thorny briar, when I had to hide from the lawman and his own and righteous fire. This coffee stain here on the seat is where Mary used to sit, and this crack across the windshield is from a fight that I had quit too late. Now my own damn memory's faded, and the names are getting thin, and I can't recall the reason for the trouble I was in. But this old truck, it remembers every single blessing mile, every cheap motel adventure, and every woman's bitter smile. It's the keeper of the real truth, the witness to the crime of a young man who was foolish with his anger and his time. 'Cause there's a road map on the fender, there's a story in the rust, a testament to every lie and every broken trust. Yeah, there's a road map on the fender, and it tells you where I've been, through every single victory and every foolish sin. It's a diary of damage, it's a testament of speed, and the only damn good book that a man like me will ever need to read. hands are old and shaky now. My eyes are tired and dim from a lifetime spent just listening to a sad and painful hymn, sung by the sick and broken, the hopeful and the scared, in 1,000 different bedrooms for a love that isn't shared by anyone but me, Lord. The secrets that I hold are worth more than any silver and are more than any gold. 'Cause I've been a witness to the blood, I've been a witness to the bone, the silent secret stories that a family cannot own. Yeah, I've been a witness to the blood in the darkness and the light, the first cry of a new life in the middle of the night, and the final ragged whisper from a soul about to sleep. I'm the keeper of the secrets that the silent graveyards keep. Just another silent player in a long and heavy game. 'Cause I've been a witness to the blood, I've been a witness to the bone, the silent secret stories that a family cannot own. Yeah, I've been a witness to the blood in the darkness and the light, the first cry of a new life in the middle of the night, and the final ragged whisper from a soul about to sleep. I'm the keeper of the secrets that the silent graveyards keep. On the elbow, a tear near the name. The buttons on loose, they might just flee. And the sins of the past clung faint like the sea. He wore his father's coat like a second skin, stitched with stories of where he'd been. Every thread whispered, don't let go. He wore his father's coat and called it home. The pockets were heavy with secrets untold, a coin from a war, a key to the cold. The collar was frayed like an old goodbye, yet it wrapped him up when he wanted to cry. Oh, the sleeves hung long, but the weight felt right. It held his heart through the darkest night. He wore his father's coat like a second skin, stitched with stories of where he'd been. Every thread whispered, don't let go. He wore his father's coat and called it home. Through rain and snow, through loss and gain, the cold bore the marks of love and pain. It wasn't just fabric, it wasn't just thread, it was a legacy, wanted words unsaid. I'm running through the cypress swamp, the moon ain't got no light. My feet are torn and bleeding in the middle of the night. I made a deal long ago, a promise I would break, for the sake of my own pleasure, for my own and foolish sake. But the bill has come on due now, and the chase is getting hot, and I'm running from the only damn friend the devil's ever got. And you can hear my hellhound howl scream upon the wind, the final fatal music for a life that's made of sin. Yeah, you can hear my hellhound howl, and you know he's getting near. He's the collector of the interest on a lifetime of my fear. He's got teeth of angry lightning, and his eyes are burning cold, and he's coming here to claim the debt upon my weary soul. I stood right at the crossroads, and I heard the preacher say, one, you turn your back on God and the devil gets his way. But I was young and foolish, and I couldn't understand that some debts are forever in this dark and weary land. So I laughed and walked away then into a life of my own choose, with a brand new set of demons and a worn out parachute. My legs are getting heavy now, my breath is getting thin. I can feel his hot breath on my neck, the place where he'll begin. There ain't no use in running from a beast you cannot see, 'cause he ain't just out there hunting, no, that beast is part of me. He's the anger and the avarice, the pride and the damn fall. And when you hear that hellhound howling, he's coming for us all. And you can hear my hellhound howl scream upon the wind, the final fatal music for a life that's made of sin. Yeah, you can hear my hellhound howl and you know he's getting near. He's the collector of the interest on a lifetime of my fear. He's got teeth of angry lightning and his eyes are burning cold, and he's coming here to claim the debt upon my weary soul. In my backyard there's a boat on a trailer. Once I get to the water, the current and tide, and I am no better, just a broke down sailor for now. We'll just both have to wait till we die. I've been dying to go to heaven, but the gates were closed. When I paid the ferryman with pennies on my eyes, I paid the ferryman with all my goodbyes. I paid the ferryman, but I never made it there. It was hot that summer, you know the sun had just burned, like the fires of hell I imagined, but for heaven I yearned. It was late one evening when the wind had just turned. I knew I'd be leaving, and for heaven I burned. And I said, I've been dying to get to heaven, and the gates are wide. I pay the ferryman pennies on my eyes. I'll pay the ferryman with all my goodbyes. I'll pay the ferryman, but I never made it there. I paid the ferryman with pennies on my eyes. I paid the ferryman with all my goodbyes. I paid the ferryman, but I never made it there. The hands don't tick, they just spin slow. Caught in a loop of time, I know. Scratched her face still holds a glow. My old watch, my time machine is broken, but it's evergreen. Lost the minutes, kept the dream. Seconds left an empty hole, but it fits just right, it fits just fine. Holds my wrist like it holds the line. My old watch, my time machine is broken, but it's evergreen. Lost the minutes, kept the dream. It's not gold, it's not grand, but it knows where I stand. I don't need the hours planned. I don't need the hours planned. Doctor in the town, he looked at me and shook his head. He said, son, I've got no pill for the kind of ill you bred. He talked of modern science in a clean and sterile room, but my sickness was an ancient and a dark and heavy gloom. He gave me fancy Latin words, he gave me sympathy, but he couldn't cure the fever that the devil put in me. So I'm going up the mountain to the one who understands, the one who reads the secrets in the lines upon my hands. 'Cause her medicine ain't poison, it ain't some man-made gem. Her cure is in the power of the root and of the stem. Yeah, she'll boil it in the river water, bless it with a prayer, and she'll chase away the demons from the cold and heavy air. They call her a damn witch. They see her digging in the darkness of a long forgotten ditch for the herbs and for the fungus that they do not understand, the old and holy magic of this wild and weary land. But when their babies have a fever and the doctor's help has failed, they'll climb that same damn mountain with a sad and mournful way. Tea to drink, it was bitter and was deep. She said, this ain't for your body, son, it's for the soul you keep. You got a sickness of the spirit, you got a sickness of the times, and you can't go curing that, my boy, with just some nursery rhymes. Then the fever just broke like a pane of shattered glass, and the demon that was on my back had finally let me pass. 'Cause I went up the mountain to the one who understands, the one who reads the secrets in the lines upon my hands. 'Cause her medicine ain't poison, it ain't some man-made gem. Her cure is in the power of the root and of the stem. Yeah, she boiled it in the river water, bless it with a prayer, and she'll chase away my demons from the cold and heavy air. Sound for the desperate and the busted of this weary beat up town. They bring me all their treasures, They bring me all their past in the hope of finding something that is ever gonna last. But all I've got is crumpled bills, a cold and simple trade for the wreckage of a future and the choices they have made. 'Cause I'm the broker of broken dreams. It's a hard and lonely art. I'm the final silent witness to a torn and shattered heart. Yeah, I'm the broker of broken dreams, and I sit here on my throne, and I weigh the price of sorrow when a soul is all alone. I'll give you $20 for the memories you sell. I'm the last stop on the highway, on the road that leads to hell. The young man brought his guitar and his daddy's old guitar. He said he needed money for his beat-up rusty car. He swore he'd be back Monday, but I've heard that song before, and I see it in his eyes that he won't be back anymore. 'Cause a choice like that's a cancer. It's a slow and sad disease, and it starts with selling off your soul for a moment of some ease. The final comfort in a cold and driving rain. I'm a service, not a sinner. I'm a port within the storm, a place to trade your history for a bed that might be warm. But every night I lock this door and I'm sitting here alone, surrounded by the ghosts of all the seeds that have been sown. 'Cause I'm the broker of broken dreams. It's a hard and lonely art. I'm the final silent witness to a torn and shattered heart. Yeah, I'm the broker of broken dreams, and I sit here on my throne, and I weigh the price of sorrow when a soul is all alone. I'll give you $20 for the memories you sell. I'm the last stop on the highway, on the road that leads to hell. The sun is like a shotgun, and his aim right at my eye. The birds outside are screaming in a blue and cloudless sky. My tongue is made of cotton, my throat is made of sand, and I'm holding to the bedpost with a weak and shaking hand. The memory of last night is a blurry, ugly dream of a boastful, foolish stranger who was living in a scream, and the devil's black hammer my brain, a slow and heavy rhythm in a world of hurt and pain. Yeah, the devil's black hammer, he's a building something deep with the timber of the promises I knew I couldn't keep. Every heartbeat is a drum so low, every whisper is a shout, and I'm praying for a silence that will never let me out. There's a ghost of a bad argument, a memory of a fight. There's a wallet that is empty in the cruel and morning light. I was a king for just a moment, I was a poet and a fool, and I was busy breaking every single solitary rule. Now the kingdom's just a headache, the poetries are grown, and the only thing I'm king of is this aching in my bones. I swear to God Almighty, and to anyone who hear, that I'll never touch another drop of whiskey, gin or beer. But the devil, he's just laughing 'cause he knows it ain't all true, and he's waiting till the sun goes down to come and call on you. 'Cause a fool is just a fool, son, that's all I'll ever be, just a student of the lessons of my own damn misery. 'Cause the devil's black hammer is a knocking on my brain, a slow and heavy rhythm in a world of hurt and pain. Yeah, the devil's black hammer, he's a building something deep with the timber of the promises I knew I couldn't keep. Every heartbeat is a drum so low, every whisper is a shout, and I'm praying for a silence that will never let me out. The fence and the highway, I like the creak of this old porch swing, the rhythm of the rain, the quiet, easy comfort of a love that causes no real pain. I find my only freedom in the roots I've driven down, in the steady beating heart of this familiar little town. Yeah, the world outside is chaos, it's a storm you'll never tame, and the greatest peace is knowing that tomorrow's just the same. fence you built so high, boy, it just looks like a cage to me. My freedom's in the next town that I ain't had time to see. Your roots are just an anchor that will hold you till you're old, and the only stories that you'll have are stories you've been told. Yeah, that quiet is a silence, it's a slow and creeping dust, a monument to all your fears and your own and sad mistrust. And you got the fence, and I've got the highway, we're watching the same sun. You think my life's a tragedy, I think yours has not been run. We're just two different answers to the question in the soul, about what it takes to make a broken man feel finally whole. And you pray for the foundation, and I pray for the release. You think I'm running from a war, I think you're dying from the peace. I've got a lifetime of good memories in the shade of this old tree. I know the names of all the folks who've been so good to me. This town has seen my father and his father's father's tears, and another guardian of their long and honest years. You've just got a string of strangers in a cheap motel room key. Every stranger has a new tale that I've never heard before. Every town's a different future knocking on a different door. You're just haunted by the same ghosts, walking the same ground, a prisoner of the history of your own and weary town. You're afraid of what's out there, and I'm afraid to stay. I'm walking the straight line now for 90 days and 3. With a quiet in my spirit that I long forgot could be. The world isn't looking brighter, my hands have lost their shape, and I'm learning all the promises a sober man can make. I'm heading home from work now, feeling righteous and feeling proud. Just another decent family man lost somewhere in the crowd. But the ghost of the glass is whispering from a bar across the street, with his warm and yellow promise that is so damn false and sweet. Yeah, the ghost of the glass is calling with a voice I know so well, a beautiful and easy ride to a familiar private hill. And I'm standing on the sidewalk with a war inside my soul, between the man I wanna be and the man I can't control. And the devil on my shoulder says, now son, what's just one sip? A little taste of amber on your dry and thirsty lip. Just a single moment's comfort, just a single easy friend to help you with the weary road that doesn't have an end. But the angel, he ain't talking, 'cause he knows it ain't no use when you're arguing with the logic of your own and best excuse. Smell the whiskey, and I can hear the lazy sound of all the other broken souls on this unholy ground. And all I have to do, Lord, is just walk right through that door and forget about the man I was an hour and a half before. Yeah, it's the easiest surrender that a man has ever known to the comfort of the devil and a temporary throne. But the ghost of the glass is whispering from a bar across the street, with his warm and yellow promise that is so damn false and sweet. Yeah, the ghost of the glass is calling with a voice I know so well, a beautiful and easy ride to a familiar private hell. And I'm standing on the sidewalk with a war inside my soul, between the man I wanna be and the man I can't control. driving through the darkness with a stone inside my chest, and a message that the devil himself would surely have confessed. It's too damn cruel to carry, too heavy for one man, the final ugly chapter of a failed and broken plan. The white lines on the highway are just ghosts that fly on by, and every single one of them is asking me the question, why? And this is the hardest drive a man will ever make, with a truth that's gonna shatter and a gentle heart to break. Yeah, this is the hardest drive, and I'm the messenger of doom, the bringer of the silence that will fill her happy room. I'm just rehearsing all the words, but they're all a damn lie, 'cause there ain't no easy way to tell a woman's world goodbye. Just waiting for a call from him to say he's coming home. She doesn't know the angels and the demons have their fight down on a dusty highway in the middle of the night. And I'm the one who's gotta be the one to tell the tale, the one who brings the wreckage and the sorrow and the way. I see the lights of a town now, just a handful on the hill, and my hands are getting colder, and my own damn heart is still. I wish that I could turn around, I wish that I could run and undo all the damage that another man has done. But a promise is a promise, and I gave my final word to be the one to bring the news that I know she hasn't heard. And this is the hardest drive a man will ever make, with a truth that's gonna shatter and a gentle heart to break. Yeah, this is the hardest drive, and I'm the messenger of doom, the bringer of the silence that will fill her happy room. I'm just rehearsing all the words, but they're all a damn lie, A young girl wakes up on a stranger's floor with big blue eyes and dreams in her mind. A small town, no one was keeping score. She's just passing through, but the sky looked too blue. Leaves in the water tasted so sweet. She said, I just got here, I've never been here before. I'm not sure how long I'll stay, but I guess that just depends on you. He said, baby, welcome home. And that's when she knew. The judge's wife, as pretty as the day is long, with big blue eyes and a big, big smile. Her name hangs on everyone's tongue. She just laughs and says, I've always been here, why don't you come around more? And they say, what was your life like before? And she says, I don't remember. And that's when they knew. She said, I just got here, I've never been here before. I'm not sure how long I'll stay, but I guess that just depends on you. He said, baby, welcome home. And that's when she knew. They always talk about the judge's wife, a living legend, the happiest girl in town. And I always think about the judge's wife. What a beautiful life. What a way to go. She said, I just got here, I've never been here before. I'm not sure how long I'll stay, but I guess that just depends on you. He said, baby, welcome home. And that's when she knew. Out in the cold with a black-eyed sky, a crow in the dark with one good eye, yeah. Looks to the stars and then down to me, as if to say he sees my destiny. I want to believe in a prophecy. Was it my pride that made her leave? Did I love too hard or not enough? She was too far gone for me to see. The next time I look into her eyes, will it be in my dreams? Tell me the one I crow. When the hell am I gonna let her go? He said, I don't know. I don't know. He said, I don't know. The silence is broken. I have been a quiet man. I haven't been a ghost. I'm the one who stands and listens to the ones who brag and boast. I have held my tongue so long, Lord, that it's turned to rust and stone. And I swallowed my own anger in this house I call my own. You told me I should be the rock, so steady and so true. But a rock is just a damn thing that the world can break into. But the silence is broken now, and the words are pouring out. A river of frustration and a lifetime full of doubt. Yeah, the silence is broken now, like a levee in the rain. And I'm finally gonna tell you about the nature of my pain. This ain't no damn discussion, and this ain't no friendly plea. The silence is broken now, and you're gonna listen to me. Now, son, you keep your head down, know your place. Don't show the world the anger that is written on your face. So I learned to be a shadow, I learned to disappear. I learned to love the taste of my own bitter silent tear. But a man can only swallow so much truth and so much light before the storm inside him starts demanding its own sky. might just burn this town. They might take the world we've built and bring it crashing to the ground. But I'd rather live inside the ruins of a truth that's been laid bare than in a beautiful and quiet house that's built on poisoned air. So let the pieces fall now. I don't care where they land, 'cause the silence is broken now. And the words are pouring out, a river of frustration and a lifetime full of doubt. Yeah, the silence is broken now, like a levee in the rain. And I'm finally gonna tell you about the nature of my pain. This ain't no damn discussion, and this ain't no friendly plea. The silence is broken now, and you're gonna listen to me. The neon hum buzzes bright at night, sticky floors in a disco fight, a jukebox scream of vinyl bite, where sugar melts in the heat of light. The walls are sweating, the beat's alive. You can't fake it, you gotta thrive. Down at the sugar shack, we lose control. Bodies move to the rhythm, it steals your soul. Ooh, the sugar shack, oh, the sweetest trap. Once you step inside, you can't come back. She's got a lollipop smile, it's dangerous. Her candy-coated words, they're scandalous. The DJ spins like he's lost his mind. Sweet chaos dripping through every grind. It's hot as honey, the room spins fast. The night's forever, but it won't last. At the sugar shack, we lose control. Bodies move to the rhythm, it steals your soul. The sugar shack, oh, the sweetest trap. Once you step inside, you can't come back. The uniform don't fit anymore. I stepped down from the Greyhound onto this old familiar street. The summer air was heavy with a sad and no wind sweet. I saw the same old barber shop, the same old rusty sign, and I thought I'd finally come back to a world that was still mine. But the faces on the sidewalk, they just look right through my soul, like I'm just a faded photograph that's lost all its control. And the uniform don't fit anymore, the hero's welcome's gone, just a stranger in my own hometown at the breaking of the dawn. Yeah, the uniform don't fit anymore, it's a skin I have to shed, full of all the silent ghosts and all the words I haven't said. I fought for this old town, Lord, in a place of sand and war, but the uniform don't fit anymore, and this ain't my town no more. I walked into the old bar, and they all shook my hand. They bought me a free whiskey for my service to the land. They talked about the football game, they talked about the rain, and I tried to find a single thing to wash away the pain of the silence in their questions, of the distance in their eyes, between their world of simple truths and my world of goodbyes. Your front porch, and the light was on inside, and I saw you with your new man, with a love you couldn't hide. You were laughing at some story with a daughter on your knee, and you were the perfect picture of a life that wasn't for me. And I knew right then and there that all the fighting I had done battle that already been won and lost. Cause the uniform don't fit anymore, the hero's welcome's gone, just a stranger in my own hometown at the breaking of the dawn. Yeah, the uniform don't fit anymore, it's a skin I have to shed, full of all the silent ghosts and all the words I haven't said. I fought for this old town, Lord, in a place of sand and war, but the uniform don't fit anymore, and this ain't my town no more. This ain't your town anymore. I rolled in through the heat haze, just looking for some shade and a glass of lukewarm water for a prayer that I had prayed. But the silence in this town, Lord, was a sickness and a dread. The living were all walking round like they were already dead. They kept their eyes down on the ground, they wouldn't meet my gaze. Just prisoners of a fear inside a hot and dusty maze. The old man at the diner, he told me of the man who held the whole damn county in the palm of his greedy hand. A man named Mr. Tanner, with a soul as black as coal, who'd bought the sheriff's office and then everybody's soul. He said, son, you best be leaving, this ain't no place for you. But I've never been a man to walk away when a job needs to be done, it's true. So I found him at the courthouse and I told him, hear me now, you've had a real good run, my friend, but it's your final bow. And this ain't your town anymore. You can't push these folks around. You're just a big fish, Mr. Tanner, in a sad and little pond. Yeah, this ain't your town anymore. The free ride's at an end, and the only thing that's coming for you is a debt you cannot spend. Right in my face, he said, boy, who the hell are you? Just another nameless drifter who is passing on through. I said, that's the damn truth of it, and that's why you should fear. 'Cause a man with nothing left to lose is the most dangerous man here. You can't buy me, you can't break me, and you sure can't make me run. And my work in this town's only just begun. He thought that his old anger was a thing that I would buy. He took a swing, I ducked it, it was over in a flash. His old damn reign of terror was a piece of burning trash. He was just a common bully with a fragile hollow core, and he's lying on the floor now, and he ain't laughing anymore. I used to be a shy man, a sad and sorry case. Every woman in this whole damn town would laugh right in my face. I couldn't buy a kind word, I couldn't catch an eye. I was just another lonely ghost who was slowly passing by. So I went down to the bayou to a woman old and gray. She said, son, I got the very thing to help you on your way. And I got this mojo hand of mine, and it's working overtime. It turns my muddy water into sweet and costly wine. Yeah, I got this mojo hand, and I'm a brand new man, you see. Every fine and pretty woman wants a little piece of me. I ain't no handsome devil, but the magic is so true. I ain't no handsome devil, but the magic is so true. This mojo and is doing things that I could never do. She gave me a little leather bag with a feather and a bone, and a secret magic powder that she said was hers alone. She told me keep it in your pocket, don't you ever let it show. And the secrets of a woman's heart are a thing that you will know. So I walked back to the city with a brand new confidence, tried with a supernatural secret that I'm keeping deep inside. that isn't earned, boy, is a love that will not last. And the future that you're building is a future that is cast in shadow. But I'm not listening to her. I'm having way too much damn fun. 'Cause I got this mojo hand of mine, and it's working overtime. It turns my muddy water into sweet and costly wine. Yeah, I got this mojo hand, and I'm a brand new man, you see. Every fine and pretty woman wants a little piece of me. I ain't no handsome devil, but the magic is so true. I ain't no handsome devil, but the magic is so true. This mojo and is doing things that I could never do. I'm standing here before you in this cold and drafty room, awaiting your decision on my dark and final doom. The lawyer for the state, he's painted me in shades of black. He's told a simple story from which you can't come back. But a story's just a story, and the truth is never clean. It's a dirty, tangled wreckage in the spaces in between. And all I ask, 12 honest men, to look me in the soul and see a man who's broken, not a beast beyond control. Yeah, all I ask is 12 honest men to see the reason why a good man with a good heart can make his own good angel cry. I'm not asking for your mercy, just for you to understand that the devil's work can be done by a good and loving man's hand. He had my woman cornered with a whiskey on his breath, and his eyes were full of promises that were worse than any death. I'd seen his kind before, Lord, I'd seen the marks they leave on the souls of gentle creatures who are foolish to believe. And the law inside my own heart, it was violent, swift and clear. And for the first time in my whole damn life, I didn't feel no fear. Now I know that I did wrong, son. I know I broke the law. I know I'm just another sinner in God's own angry maw. But the law's not always justice, And justice is not blind to the terror and the helplessness of the ones who left behind. And I'd do the same damn thing again if I had the chance to choose. 'Cause a love like that's the only thing a man can't stand to lose. And all I ask, 12 honest men to look me in the soul and see a man who's broken, not a beast beyond control. Yeah, all I ask is 12 honest men to see the reason why